today's session, we are going to see about the software named Alvascience, and this will be a series of lecture. So in today's lecture, we will see the briefer introduction about the software, and in a later lecture, we will describe or we will try to discuss each of the modules in Alvascience suite in a little bit of detail. So talking about this Alvascience, it is established in the year 2018 and it specializes in developing advanced software solution for Cheminformatics and QSAR research. The suite of tools is designed to streamline the analysis of chemical dataset and evaluation of physiochemical as well as ecotoxicological properties, which in turn minimizes the reliance on in vivo and in vitro experimentation. If we'll move on to the next slide, we will see that this Alvascience suite contains Alva Molecule, Alva Disk, Alva Model, Alva Runner, and Alva Builder. So one by one, we will see the briefer introduction about this particular modules of or each of the modules for Alvascience. When we move on to the Alva Molecule, so this tool can be very much helpful in viewing and preparing the chemical data set. So specifically when we wanted to go for visualizing the data set or we wanted to standardize the compound, what sort of standardization we can do, so that we will look in the further lecture. If we have any sort of duplicate compound or wanted to go for the duplicate analysis, and then there is scaffold analysis, means in your data set how many number of compounds are having the same scaffold, can be revealed by this particular software named as Alva Molecule, as well as it can also generate few molecular descriptors and few physiochemical properties which it would be able to predict. Moving on to the next part, that is Alva Disk. This software which is prominently used to calculate or to generate the molecular descriptors and fingerprints. So what all sorts of molecular descriptors it has, that we will see in the later lectures. But for right now, you just can see that it has almost on an average 6,000 molecular descriptors. And when we talk about fingerprints, it has max keys, hashed and non-hashed fingerprints. It also offers functionalities for identify structural patterns and provide auxiliary tools like PCA for dataset exploration. When we move on to the next one, that is Alva Model. So this Alva Model is very much useful to create the QSAR and QSPR modeling, or QSAR or QSPR regression and classification model. As we have already done with the generation of the descriptors, now it could be used to create the models. So based on the genetic algorithms and what sort of all algorithms it provide, we will see, but it is very useful for the generation of QSAR and QSPR modeling, that is named as the Alva Model. When we move on to the next part, that is named as the Alva Runner. So how this Alva Runner is useful? Once we have like generated our QSAR or QSPR modeling and we wanted to apply that model over a new data set or new class of chemical compounds or a novel compounds, then this Alva Runner can be very much useful to apply that QSAR or QSPR generated model over the new data set. Alva Runner specifically calculates the descriptors and fingerprints which can be applied to given QSAR, QSPR regression and classification model, and it doesn't even need any sort of other software tools. It is user and graphical friendly, and command line it can be also be operated. Moving on to the next one, that is Alva Builder. So this Alva Builder provides a software tool for de novo molecular design. Alva Builder is specifically designed for generating novel molecule with desirable properties. So it can be any sort of properties which you can choose, and what all properties we will describe in the later sections. It could be log p values or any other, and even the descriptors can also be chosen. So how many number of descriptors you can choose, that we will also see, starting from training set or sorting from the training set of the user's choice. So that's all for today's lecture. In the next class, we will see the use case or how we can use the software named